Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you on Sunday, the day after Arsenal's 3-0 win at Bournemouth, which made it 3 Premier League wins in a row. As I speak right now, Arsenal are top of the Premier League table. That will probably change, could change when Manchester City play it later. But for now, anyway, Arsenal are top of the Premier League. How nice does that sound? Albeit only after 3 games. So as Mikel Arteta said yesterday in his press conference, it doesn't really mean anything. But still, it's very nice. And when you consider where Arsenal were this time last season, it makes it feel even nicer this time around. Brilliant performance yesterday. Cruise control, really, because of that start that they had. And yeah, they got the job done. I did a video yesterday from the game. If you haven't seen it yet, it's got my player ratings, that sort of thing. You can pop back and watch it after this one. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about the game today, yesterday in today's video. Look at the key points. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Saliba. How can you not talk about him right now? The fans, the atmosphere, the connection between the team. I missed the first 2 games of the season, as you know, because I was on holiday. So yesterday was my first game back, and it's just so apparent. And it was last season as well. I spoke about it at times during last season's videos. But the connection between this team and the players is so obvious, and that's continued this year. There's been no hangover from last year, the way things ended last year, missing out on the Champions League. You know, some maybe you thought, is it going to change things? Is everyone going to be a little bit annoyed? But you know, it couldn't be further than the truth, really. And I mean, yes, you've got to take it into context, the fact that Arsenal won 3 games. If Arsenal had lost their first 3 games, it'd probably be very different. But just getting back there yesterday, being in the ground yesterday, hearing the away fans again yesterday, hearing the amount of songs that have been said. And I was reading Ars blog this morning, as I always do. And his blog, he said something in it, and he said just the repertoire of songs has changed so much at Arsenal just in the last year or so. And he's absolutely spot on. You know, you're hearing completely different songs than you used to, and just a lot more creativity to those songs as well. And it's only a small thing, I know, but it does speak volumes about the sort of the connection again that I'm talking about, and the fact that the fans really want to put a lot of effort into their chants at the moment. And it's because they actually care about these players, and they want them to play well, and they want them to hear them singing their name. And it was just such a brilliant atmosphere yesterday. The start was perfect because you get yourself 2-0 up. You're in the late sunshine on the south coast. Weather's nice. You're winning. You can just enjoy yourself for the rest of the game. And that's what the away fans did. And I thought it was really, really nice. And I mean, the Saliba song was fantastic. I bet you, just like me, haven't stopped singing it since yesterday. It's just been permanently stuck in my head, going round and round and round. You know, it's all you could. Everyone, even the Bournemouth fans leaving that stadium yesterday, it must have been all they could think about was that song, because it was just on repeat over and over again. You could see how much it meant to Saliba. You saw his face after the game when he walked up to the away fans and was applauding them, and they were all singing it. His teammates were coming round, patting him on the back, and you could see how much it meant to them. And it was just another real good example of the team spirit that exists within this team at the moment. You know, Saliba's new, he's shy, he's young, and they're all rallying around him. They're getting him involved. You can see that, you know, Zinchenko spoke after the game, and he said about Saliba, said he's incredible. It looks like this guy has got a lot of experience in his bag, but he's still so young. Fingers crossed we've got an unbelievable centre-back. He's such a nice guy, and he deserves this. A massive thanks to our fans as well. They did unbelievably well during all the games, and they helped us a lot, of course. William deserves that song. If we're going to get a clean sheet every single game, they're going to be singing it every single time. And again, it's just small things, small details, but it's all going to help with the evolution of this team. And the fact that there is that clear and obvious connection between the fan base and the team is only going to help Arsenal this season, because you need that. If they want to achieve anything this year, everyone has to be united. And we saw it last year, and it really did help, even though the team eventually missed out. But the team is stronger this year, no doubt about it. Jesus, Zinchenko, Saliba, those 3 additions alone to the starting 11 this season, bang, it's just taking it to a whole nother level. That was the first time that I got to see Jesus in the flesh in an Arsenal shirt yesterday. And you know, I'd seen it from the first 2 games, obviously from the TV screens, but to see it in the flesh, to see the work he does, to see just how different it looks and the team looks and the movement is, it's just on another scale, the difference that he's made. And when you think we haven't even seen what Fabio Vieira's added to this squad, when you think Arsenal want to sign at least 1 new player to add to the squad before the end of the transfer deadline, it just looks chalk and cheese compared to last season. The strength of the squad, the options that Mikel's going to have. He didn't even bring Vieira on yesterday, but the substitutes he brought on, Eddie Nketiah, we know he can make an impact. Emile Smith-Rowe, we saw what he did last season when he was fit. Kieran Tierney came on. Tomiyasu came on. Strong squad and options available to Mikel Arteta there, and that's really, really positive. And Arsenal are going to need that to continue, because at the moment, obviously, we're just playing weekend, because the games haven't really started coming thick and fast. But soon we're going to have Europa League, we're going to have League Cup, and that squad is then going to be tested. So to have the options that he has now, to have everyone at the moment, fingers crossed, fit, and some of the players who haven't been fit really coming back, it's a really big positive, and hopefully Arsenal can add to the squad as well, which I'll talk about a little bit later on in this video. So in terms of Saliba himself and his performance, it was so good last night. He didn't misplace a pass. 100% pass accuracy he had yesterday. I think it was 76 passes, 76 completed. So tidy on the ball. He wasn't under that much pressure, let's face it. Bournemouth, yes, they're a Premier League team, but they haven't really added much to the Championship side that they had last season. So although they are in the Premier League, they still feel a little bit like a Championship side. So it wasn't the most difficult afternoon. He's going to have a lot tougher ones. But still, the way he handled himself, the way he sort of bounced back, because a lot of young players could have been disappointed by that own goal in the previous game, even though he played well. But I think, the way he responded to that own goal, as in the actual Leicester game, and the way he finished that game was great. And also the fact that fans stood up and did what they did after that own goal and didn't let him get down. They showed their support. I think that's really massive as well. And then he took that into yesterday's game and produced that sort of performance. I mean, the goal was obviously the crowning glory. To score a goal like that, no centre-backs are expected to score goals like that, but the fact he did, and it came in a game when he performed the way he did on the ball, with the ball, just sort of added to the excitement around him. And the fact that also that chant was going on, it just felt like his day yesterday. There were so many good performances, and Odegaard was brilliant, Zinchenko fantastic, Jesus fantastic, Xhaka great, Partey really good. The fact that it still felt to me like Saliba's game yesterday because of the song, the goal, everything about it. And we've waited an awful long time to see William Saliba in an Arsenal shirt, and we're all optimistic, we're all hopeful, I think, weren't we? But I don't think any of us could have really imagined that he was going to be this good, that he was going to enjoy a start this good to his Arsenal career in his first 3 games, and long may that continue. And I asked Mikel after the game about him, and the fact that not just the goal, but the fact he didn't misplace a pass, the way he's playing, he must just be delighted. And he said he got a clean sheet as well, which is the most important thing, obviously, for a defender. If you score a goal, that's a bonus. But they're doing what they need to do, and that's keep a clean sheet every game. And Arsenal have now, in away from home, they've started with 2 clean sheets. I think you have to go back to 1993, the last time they did that in the league. And that's really, really good. And even the game against Leicester, that really probably should have been a clean sheet against Leicester. It was obviously just a weird goal, the own goal. It was just a freak goal. And then the second one was a Ramsdale mistake. I don't think James Maddison should have been scoring from there. So really, Arsenal should have kept 3 clean sheets from their opening 3 games. The defences looked really, really solid. Again, Mikel resisted the temptation to make a change yesterday. There was also Tomiyasu and Tierney was still on the bench. I imagine that's probably going to continue next weekend as well. It'll be the same back 4 unless anyone gets any injuries. And it just looks really, really strong. I thought Ben White played really well. Yes, I'm praising Saliba to the hilt and fair play, but I thought White did very, very well. I thought Gabriel, who was put under more pressure than Saliba because he was kind of up against Kiefer Moore throughout. And I thought, apart from a couple of nervy moments when he was on the ball and nearly got caught in possession, he dealt aerially very, very well with the threat that Kiefer Moore provides and the physicality that Kiefer Moore provides. So the defence is looking solid, the midfield at the moment is working very well, and the attack is just looking absolutely sensational. And it's just really, really positive to see. And I'm delighted for William Saliba, and long may his fine, impressive form continue. Okay, so in terms of transfers, Mikel, you probably saw the comments that he made after the game. So I'll just quickly get it up here because I haven't taken those ones down. But Mikel in his press conference talking about the sort of transfer window, and James Ollie from ESPN was asking him about how, if the start that they've enjoyed, the fact that Arsenal won 3 games from opening 3 games, does that lessen the need to do anything, or does that bring the pressure down a little bit? The fans aren't expecting as much to do anything because the team has started so well. If you were losing like they did last year, then everyone's expecting new signings to come in. And this is what he had to say. I should have probably brought this up beforehand. Apologies. It says, we don't like reacting. We like to get the players we want, and we believe we will make a big impact in the team if we can do that. We will try to do it. If we cannot, we will stay with the players and the squad that we have. And then James asked him, on there being no fan pressure to get players in now, is that the case? And he said it hasn't changed, but we know where we are short and where we have to add more firepower. If we can do it, we will do it. And he's not really hidden that desire to bring in more players throughout this transfer window, even since the last. Who was the last player? Zinchenko was the last summer signing, I think. Trying to get my head around who it was. It was Zinchenko, wasn't it? And ever since Zinchenko's arrived, Mikel's always said, whenever asked, look, if we can do, we're going to bring someone else in. He only wants top quality. There's not going to be a panic by anything like that, but we haven't seen Arsenal panic. They resisted the urge last January to panic, and they waited for Jesus, and that now looks like a very good decision. But the form that Jesus has started. So I think a lot of it rests around Nicolas Pepe. Now, Nicolas Pepe is in talks over a move with Nice. A loan move with Nice. I asked Mikel about it yesterday. He wasn't having any of it. He wasn't going to talk about it. He said he doesn't want to talk about individuals. He did mention when he sort of players not being involved, he said there are a few players that we have to leave out the squad. Unfortunately, it's painful, but we'll try to bring the team and the squad that is in the best condition to get us the chance to win the game. And then when I asked specifically, do you think Pepe's going to go to Nice? He said, I won't talk about individuals. Now, Arsenal are very hopeful that deal will happen. It's been complicated. It's not been an easy one. Talks have been going on with Nice, but financially it's quite difficult for Nice because of the wages that Pepe's on. How much are Arsenal going to contribute to those wages? All those sort of conversations are ongoing, but Arsenal are hopeful it's going to be done. Arsenal want it to get done. Nicolas Pepe wants it to get done. That's why he wasn't playing yesterday. And I've spoken to someone at the end of last week about it, and they were pretty confident as you can be, because it can always change. So, but they were, everyone's working towards the fact that Arsenal are hopeful that this deal is going to get done. And they mentioned maybe some time early next week it could potentially go through, but again, that's not set in stone. It never is with these transfer dealings. It can change from within an hour. You can be told that the announcement's coming at 5 o'clock, and this has happened many times, and we're all sitting there waiting for it to be announced, and then it hasn't, and then it rolls on for another 2, 3, 4 days because things change and everything gets pushed back. So we'll wait and see, but everyone's working towards Nicolas Pepe joining Nice on loan, and if that happens, then I'd be stunned if Arsenal didn't bring in a winger if you let Nicolas Pepe go. They want to bring in a winner, there's no doubt about it. If Pepe goes, I cannot for the life of me think they won't get something over the line for a winger, because yes, Marquinhos is there, yes, he's going to stay for the first few months of the season, but still I'm not sure that Arsenal are really expecting Marquinhos to come in and be Bukayo Saka's competition and cover for the first half of the season in the Premier League. So I'd be very surprised. We'll have to wait and see. I can't tell you who it's going to be. This whole mystery winger, that the craze that's going around Twitter at the moment. Who is the mystery winger? I can't tell you because I don't know. I don't think anyone else knows at the moment. If they do know, then they certainly haven't written a story about it yet. So we'll wait and see. But the transfer business Arsenal have done, the talent ID that they've shown in the last couple of transfer windows, there's nothing to suggest that whoever it is, and if they can get the deal done, then it won't be a very good addition to the squad, because let's face it, recent transfer business suggests that at the moment Arsenal are getting things on the whole very right when it comes to players they will sign. So keep an eye out for that one, and it will certainly add a little bit of excitement to the end of the transfer window. And what we got now, probably about 10 days to go, 11 days to go, something like that. And it's always nice when there's still a little bit of business trying to be done in terms of incomings and outgoings at Arsenal. Alright, so that's about it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Nice upbeat one on a Sunday, which is always nice to do, isn't it? You don't really want to be talking after a defeat, and at the moment, thankfully with Arsenal, we don't have to worry about that because they are only dealing in victories. Have a very good Sunday, everyone. Enjoy the start of next week. I'll speak to you very soon.